Let's talk headhunting for IT outsourcing business. It's not a secret that there is a lack of human resources on certain markets. And headhunting for IT outsourcing business has become quite a quest in itself, especially if you're living, say, in Eastern European countries, which are considered one of the best IT hubs in the world. And most of the international clients take their business, their IT business, to countries like Ukraine, Bulgaria, Romania, and so on. And there is already a lack of resources there. So how do you actually find people for your IT outsourcing business? Or if you're, say, a client, how do you find the best contractors? Where do you look for them? Well, today I'm going to be sharing with you 8 ways how you can actually headhunt for your IT outsourcing business. Ready? Let's go. Before I do that, make sure to hit the like button to show me that you are interested in these kinds of video. Subscribe if you still haven't, and if you're a veteran here, welcome back to the gun, and let's start with today's topic on how to do headhunting for IT outsourcing business. And the first option that you have, if you're, say, an IT business owner or an IT headhunter, is to look among your personal relations. It may sound weird if you come to think of it like, yeah, I wish my granny knew how to code, but actually this is something not many even headhunters start to think about, to dive into their personal connections and personal acquaintances. And actually this is the best way how you can find the trustable and best talents, just to look among your closest circle. And by closest circle, I mean people who you already worked with. Let's define it as a closest business circle, right? People you already worked with, people who are your peers, or your alumni, or your friends, or your ex-coworkers, or even your current coworkers. And that's where your next option comes from, and that is recommendations. By turning to your closest business circle, you may ask people if they might know anyone who can do the job or who is relatable to the position. You can even turn to your partners, other owners of IT outsourcing business who may be looking for some other talent, and just ask them, hey guys, do you have someone to subcontract to us? And this actually works, and there is this trend where IT outsourcing companies start to exchange their free resources, so that firstly, not to keep them on bench, and secondly, this acts well in terms of building partnerships and building trustable relationships, and actually not keep your clients waiting. And the more you communicate, the more recommendations you might have. And that's where we jump to the next option, and that is referrals. Actually paying people if they refer the best talents to you. And you can start so by starting a referral program among your own team. Your team members may know someone they worked with, so they may look among their closest business connections, and they might refer someone to you if they get paid for it, if they get a nice bonus. The next place where you can headhunt for your IT outsourcing business is local job marketplaces and local communities. And this might be your go-to resources to find the best talent, to place your job description, to place the project you want people to participate in, and so on and so forth. I'm sure there is a job search communities on your local market, and that's where you should go to headhunt for your IT outsourcing business. Those could be Telegram chats, those could be websites where the best talents are being gathered. And I'm sure there is one in your country. If not, then you might want to go to the next option, and that is look on LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is another great resource where you can look for the best talents, and there you're not restricted by your local marketplace only, and not only local candidates. If you hire internationally, then LinkedIn might be your very great option, and you might look for the best talent there. You might want to buy LinkedIn Premium to do the headhunting for your IT outsourcing business. It may cost you about $100 or so a month, but maybe you don't need more than a month, and even if you do, that is such a tiny price to pay for a great candidate, where people in Ukraine, they pay for about $4,000 for a candidate if you refer them a candidate, which is crazy. So paying a couple of $100s for LinkedIn Premium is not that high. If we started to speak about LinkedIn and searching for the best talent there, then another resource you might consider is actually Upwork. And to do the headhunting on Upwork, what you should do is to register there as a client, as a customer, and place your job description there. My tip would be, though, to not make it obvious that you're looking for a full-time employee with whom you're going to work outside of the platform. That is forbidden. But you can actually place your job description and either indicate that you're going to work through Upwork, and that is a great option for you because this way you sort of control that freelancer, or just don't make it obvious that you're going to take the job out of Upwork. I didn't say that. My personal thought is that you should only go to Upwork to fill in the position that would not affect your core business. So it might be some minor project or some minor role on the project. Just make sure that the freelancer you hire there does not affect the general workflow of that project, does not affect your entire business. Upwork, yes, you can search for talent there. It's just make sure you have a very thorough hiring process where you can actually test the candidate and not just throw them in the water and see what happens. I personally do believe that you can hire great talent on Upwork. It's just you should be very careful with that, because on Upwork, freelancers tend to have the mindset of one-time projects. Just make sure that you're hiring the person with the right mindset, not just the one who can do the job. Like, there are many great freelancers on Upwork, including ourselves, not the one who will abandon you in the middle of the project and then you'll end up either having to fill in that position again or just losing the customer altogether. That should be the person with the right mindset, the one who prefers longer-term projects and the reliable person overall. If we started to talk about Upwork, the next option for you would be to look on other international marketplaces. Like, go out of your geography and out of your local job marketplace to hire the best talent. That works only in case you hire internationally, globally, and you don't care about the country your future potential contractor is based in. Like, our team is 100% remote and we have people working in multiple countries, and we don't really care about where the person is based. We only care about the person being trustable, the person having a secure connection, the person being responsive, the person able to do the job. And I do headhunting for IT outsourcing business outside of my geography 100%, especially that our job marketplace is overhyped and there is no way I can compete with bigger companies who are able to offer better packages, better prices, better wages than I do. Unfortunately, I can't beat the competition on a local job marketplace, but I'm more than open to work with contractors globally. And you may think of the locations where your clients are based in so that you could hire people from the same time zone. So you might want to look into global markets you have never even thought of before. Hard times, hard decisions. And the next way how you can do your headhunting for your IT outsourcing business is to use a professional headhunter or deal with recruitment agencies. And yes, this is a bit of expensive way to go, but then they typically have a bunch of candidates, a pool of candidates from where they can pick up some of the contacts and give them to you. Not all of the recruiting agencies provide you the best quality service. That is the truth. Sometimes they just throw candidates at you and just see whether they stick and see whether they fit, and you just have to look through the CVs yourself, or they just bother candidates and irritate candidates with useless interviews. But then if you pick up a reliable recruiting agency, then you're well set. If you cannot afford the prices of recruitment agencies, you may go for individual recruiters or individual headhunters to fill in your job position. That may be cheaper option and still pretty much reliable. We did work with an individual headhunter and we were like super satisfied because we didn't have to pay like $10,000 for that candidate. We had to pay just couple of thousands or something. So that might be another option for you. And just to remind you, I have a coaching program on my Patreon for those who are just starting out their IT outsourcing business. If you're that person and if you want to build a team and to start growing that team, welcome to my coaching program on Patreon. If you're not sure if that coaching program is for you, throw down your comments and your questions in the comment section below and we will find that out, because yes, I cannot help all the entrepreneurs. So if you're starting a product business, I could refer you to a beta coach who deals with product businesses specifically. Now I want you to go and watch this playlist next, where I talk in details how to launch and grow your IT outsourcing business. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you still haven't, and I'll see you next week, same time, same channel, same me. Bye.